Hello, and thanks for joining us on Mommy Upgrade Live. It is Monday, January 25th. I had to check. As I was just telling Molly before we, no, Molly, to your question, I was just telling Molly that it is definitely a Monday that I managed to swallow some nighttime cold medicine with my morning coffee this morning. So struggle is real. So pardon my tongue twisting. I'm technically half asleep. So cheers.
Well, it makes me feel better. My back is spazzing, and I'm headed to an appointment after this to get my back worked on.
Awesome.
I'm not on morning medicine, so.
Very good. Okay, so if you don't know me, I am the founder and editor of Mommy Upgrade Live, which is a Dallas lifestyle blog. We cover things like crafting and parenting and Dallas kid culture, baking, and a lot of pugs. So Molly is my best friend of probably, we'll say 30-ish years. Yeah. And we finish each other's sentences and talk to each other every day, but she has kids who are a little bit older than me. So I get advice from her a lot.
And 10 times as many.
That too. Yes. We're both working moms. We work from home doing marketing consulting. And so sometimes we'll talk about apps or business productivity, life productivity, things like that. So it's just a big old mashup of things that moms are interested in. So as I was telling you, I took nighttime cough medicine this morning by mistake. So I thought that was a really good opportunity to share my favorite coffee hack. And if you know Molly, you know she does not like coffee.
I like the smell of it.
You drink one kind of coffee, which I don't really call coffee, but
well, right, because it doesn't taste like coffee. It's from Circle K, and it's there's actually I found out there's two. My husband's been switching them out on me. I didn't realize it. As long as it doesn't taste like coffee, I'll drink it.
If you don't know what Circle K is, it's a gas station.
Yeah, it's like our
convenience store.
Ours isn't a gas station, but it's a local, like a
7-Eleven?
7-Eleven or Super America, whatever they have.
It doesn't have gas? Seriously? So the first time I knew Circle K was in Louisiana when I had lived there in graduate school. Well, even before that, when my parents moved down there. And so we used to go to the Circle K, and it always had gas stations with it. I mean, it was like the South 7-Eleven. And hello, my light just went out. This Monday, total Monday. I don't think you can. I look like I'm in a tunnel. Anyway, you could get crawfish, you could get liquor, you could get anything there. Seriously, and then they had the best prices on crawfish all around. Anyway, my love affair with Circle K started many, many years ago. But I will share with you my perfect coffee hack because I'm a Starbucks aficionado, right? It's in my budget, like in my personal budget. Mm-hmm. So the way that I try to save a little money on Starbucks is to recreate it at home. And my favorite is the latte. They've got this new latte macchiato and then the flat white. But basically, it's just steamed milk, on top of it. I know you don't like it, but wow, it's getting bright again. Hold on. Such a Monday. Isn't that better? Except you can see it.
You can see it. I don't know. Listen, prepare for this show. I told you I strategically placed this camera right here because right there. Oh, see, look, I'm not hiding it. There's a huge pile of Christmas presents that I haven't given out. And
don't even look behind me because everything from here down is complete wreck. Okay, so here's my favorite coffee hack in the whole world. Do you see this?
Mm-hmm.
It's a steamer, a frother. So you just put your milk in here. You hit this little button. You can put flavored milk in here. You can put flavored whatever in here. And it foams it up. And then you just pour it on top of your coffee. I'm telling you, this is the best thing in the entire world. This one is a Nespresso.
Cool.
I'm not being paid to plug this item. This is like my lifesaver. My dad came and visited us. He liked this so much, he bought one and he travels with it. Packs it in his bag and travels with it.
That's funny.
Anyway, the Nespresso frother, I guess. I think they're about like $99.
Totally worth it. I'm not sure why that's a savings, but okay.
Well, how many Starbucks is that? 20?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like Starbucks. I think it's gross.
It'd totally pay for itself within a year or a month, depending on your usage.
I guess.
Me a month, you a lifetime, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a couple topics today. My weekend was filled with Girl Scout cookies. You were going on a trip though. Let's hear about your trip.
Did you not hear about the huge snowstorm that hit the East Coast this weekend?
I did. Do you have snow?
We don't, but I'm in Ohio. No, we don't have any snow. But we have a tiny little bit of snow. But no, we were headed to Pittsburgh, and it got dumped on, so we didn't go on our little weekend, which is kind of our getaway. But so we didn't get that. What are you doing?
So did I tell you that I took nighttime cough medicine or cold medicine this morning?
Are we on a replay loop?
It's Groundhog Day.
Not yet.
Over and over again.
Next week.
Oh, it is coming up, isn't it? Okay.
It's Megan's birthday, so.
Space cadet today. Okay, so my whole weekend. All right, I'm just going to be in the dark today. Good?
That's fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah, well, it'll fade in and out, though. See? It's starting to fade.
Why does it do that?
I don't know. I think I have to get really close. My weekend was spent with the cookies. It's Girl Scout cookie season.
I didn't realize
Girl Scout, did you?
I didn't realize that those costumes were so big until I saw them on there. They're adorable.
Oh my gosh. So I don't even think I can back up far enough for you to see them. But here's one.
So adorable. And tell me how you made those.
This is Thin Mint. All right, you ready for Samoa? Wait, this is the neck strap.
So adorable. How did you make them?
They're gigantuan, and there's pictures of them in action on my Instagram feed. You can find it at T Perot, which is my first initial and last name, T Perot. They are adorable. They turned out absolutely adorable, and let me tell you, they were so much freaking work because I just hand sewing. I am terrible at. God gave me a lot of gifts, and that's not one.
You hand sewed those, like whip stitch?
Partly. You don't want to look at the back of them, but I'll show it to you. So, okay, so I promised to give, because I had a lot of comments that got posted to our regional Girl Scout page, because there are some that you can buy, and then our service unit has some, and I don't know if they're ones that you buy or if somebody made them, but you have to go and pick them up and then drop them off. And I'm like, that's half my day. I'm not going to do that. So work around it easy. I can whip that out, right? All I need is a hula hoop and some fabric. So, okay, so don't do it the way I did it. So I did it by going to Joann's and saying, oh, I need a bunch of fabric. Let me just look up online and see what size a hula hoop diameter is. Did you know that there are several types of hula hoops? There's professional hula hoops. There's recreational hula hoops. They come in all sizes. Mm-hmm. And I had no idea what size I was going to use. So I'm at the fabric counter at Joann's, and I'm like, here's the deal. I need a hula hoop size of fabric twice.
Right.
I'm not quite sure how much that is because I haven't gotten the hula hoops yet. And she looks at me and she goes, we have hula hoops back there by frames. I was like, oh, no, you're kidding me. I was like, here.
Yeah, they have everything.
Up my number, gave it back to her. I was like, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Yeah. So I went and grabbed 4 hula hoops, which was my lifesaver. So then I was able to just
fold it.
lay it on the counter, and I said, I just need this twice with like this much extra in case I screw it up. So I did that, and then my plan was...
You're like the Joanne Fabrics fabric counter cutter's worst nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Where you say, I need this much.
Yes, that's exactly how I always show up. And they go, oh, what are you making?
Oh.
Yeah. And so my plan was to use felt for all the face parts.
Mm-hmm.
Like this and these and these. Well, then I thought I would use those minion eyes. But do you know how much those minion eyes are? For two, depending on what store you go to, they're between $4 and $5. And I was making 4 of these. And I'm like, there's no way I'm spending $20 on eyeballs.
Yeah.
Not doing it. So then, you know, I thought I would use the felt, but even the felt is like, what, between 30 and 50 cents. It wasn't on sale. Well, 30 to 50 to 90 cents per sheet of felt. And so I needed like 1 sheet of white for each eye. I needed black. I needed all these colors. And then the brown, I was like, holy crap. So I decided to use the brown from the Thin Mint for the stripes.
Mm-hmm.
So I just ordered extra of that. And then I decided that fabric was way cheaper than felt. So I got like 6 inches of each of these colors of fabric and then just use that to cut it.
Like, is there a back to it too, or is it just front?
Well, they wear it like this. So
Okay.
There's nothing on the back. I thought about making it like a sandwich board, you know, so they were a sandwich cookie. But after I started this, I was like, not going to happen. So basically, I made a pocket, and so I traced it. I traced the whole thing, cut it all out, sewed half, because you have to stick the hula hoop in. And then I was like, no problem. Then I'll just like fold it over and sew it up again. Well, guess what? Hula hoops don't fit through the space under your footer on your sewing machine. Because I wanted to sew all of this on. So then I was like, all right, well, I'll have to stick the hula hoop in and then hand sew it. And I'm horrible at hand sewing it. I can't stand hand sewing it. I would rather go to the dentist. What?
You just take the foot off.
I don't know how to do that.
Little screw on the top.
Yeah, no, I don't know how to do that. So then I realized hula hoops are bendy. So I sewed it up a little bit more. So it was just like this much open.
Yeah.
And so I squished the hula hoop and shoved it inside and then let it fill back out.
Yeah.
I pulled it really tight.
Let me see the back.
Oh, it's a mess. It's a hot mess.
Yeah, why don't you even do like, yeah, Bianca said fabric glue, but even a, what's it called? Help me out, Bianca. The iron-on. You could have ironed on the batting and stuff.
Batting?
Seaming. What's it called? Fusing stuff.
I thought about that through it. Fabric glue? Yeah, well, Bianca, I was planning on using fabric glue and realized I didn't have any. So I actually just used Aleene's all-purpose tacky glue.
Yeah,
I thought about the iron-on. But, you know, when it's 12:30 at night and you're trying to get them ready for your first booth in the morning, you just use whatever you had. Hot glue was going to be my backup.
What's the booth? Like, what do you have to do? Saying you had to clean out a booth.
You don't clean out the booth. What did I say?
You said something about cleaning out a booth. What booth? Did you have to go to a festival or something, or like a?
No, we had 2 booths planned. We had one in the neighborhood and then one at the vintage house. It's kind of impromptu, but so you set up, like you have to, if you're not familiar with Girl Scouts, it's not just haphazard where they show up. You have to schedule. Women stay up like all night to get the best booth opportunities. And so ahead of time, Girl Scouts works with major retailers to allow the Girl Scouts to sit outside, and there's a whole schedule and it's released and you have to go in and like grab it. So like when you see Girl Scouts at Walmart, they're there like all day, and it's probably a number of different troops. because they've reserved, in 2-hour time blocks.
Gotcha.
And so the interesting thing around here is, our weather can be kind of hit and miss. So Walmarts are not the desired booth, although it's really busy, but they won't let you set up inside.
Yeah, that was the big controversy because that one soldier was standing outside in the rain in the Salvation Army. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. What was that?
Controversy was that's a known policy of Walmart's, that their vendor, whoever their people are to solicit, if they can stand outside, but they're not allowed to stand inside. Well, then someone had taken a picture of the soldier at the Salvation.
The bucket, the red bucket.
In the rain. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, Walmart is horrible. And they're like, well, it's kind of their policy.
It is their policy. And I understand it for insurance reasons or whatever, but.
Okay. No, I don't think it's insurance. I think it's because you're still on the property. I think it's just that line of association, like, we'll let you do this here, but you're not going to come in our store because then it seems like we're really supporting it, or we're really sponsoring it.
Oh no. But the Girl Scouts all know that if you're at Walgreens, Lowe's, Kroger's, any of those, they let you set up inside. So like those are the safe ones to do. So anyway, that was our.
I think the costumes are adorable, and they had to have gotten some attention.
They did. They were absolutely precious. And so what the girls did, and I had no idea they would be this rough on the costumes. So it's.
Oh yeah.
I did like sew them and not just hot glue all of the fabric around.
As a professional Halloween costume maker, not really professional, I anticipate my projects to make it 2 hours. I have a 2-hour limit. So I definitely make them in mind with, I don't care if it's, ripped up as soon as it's dark, but I need to get my picture first, and then I don't care what happens to it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they've survived. I made some for another troop in our neighborhood, so we all have them, and we use them on Sunday as well. But they're attention grabbing for sure, because we were kind of set up inside outside for one of our locations. Well, but it was on a really busy street corner. So the girls stood out in the yard and they were like, Girl Scout cookies.
That's cute.
And so people would stop, pull over, get out, buy cookies, and then go. They wouldn't even go in the store. I mean, it didn't happen very often because it was such a slow day, but they did. So that was kind of cool.
Cute.
Yeah. So I glued everything on. What I learned was, because I did 4 of them, what I learned is to make patterns and then cut them out so they were consistent. And then on the stripes, on the Samoas, I was really struggling with that. So basically I stacked up all the fabric and just kind of haphazardly did that to try and do it. And then I just I didn't hot glue it. I glued it down with Aleene's and let it dry overnight.
That's cute. It came out great.
Yeah, they're fun. So now our troop has some costumes that they can dance around in. And the girls have a little song. Did you see my song?
No, I was somewhere and I remember thinking I needed to go back to it. I couldn't listen to it at the time.
Well, I've put it everywhere. So you can find it on Instagram. You can find it on my personal Facebook. They're very proud of it. Anyway, so what'd you do instead of your trip?
Not my craft project.
Right. So that's exciting news. If you follow Mommy Upgrade online, you'll know that 4 times a year we have what I call Craftmas, which is a craft exchange that I set up with women all around the country. And what we do is...
How many years ago? How long have we been doing this?
Oh, we're on an anniversary this month.
Anniversary?
Mm-hmm. Because we started it in January of 2012. So 3-year anniversary.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. So 3-year anniversary. So 4 times a year, we make something to give to the other people in the craft exchange. And so it's gotten so big that we have separate groups. But what you do is you create something crafty with your hands, like a handmade gift. Basically, we're making handmade gifts, but we don't tell anybody what we're making until the Craftmas reveal. And so then we get online together and we open up our handmade gifts from the other people in our group. And it's super fun. And I'm always so completely amazed at what everybody makes. This time, I'm excited about this. We're going to do Craftmas on Blab. Did you not see that? How can you miss that?
I'm so upset with my craft. So
okay, so back to the live reveal. We're going to do it on Blab, and because you can have 4 seats at one time, we're going to have our 4 satellite cities. We're going to have Columbus, so you'll have one. New York will have one for Dory. Dawn will have one in Tennessee, and we'll have ours in Texas. And so we'll, like, you can change out your people.
Ohio, though.
Huh? Oh, yeah, we have 2 Ohio, so we'll have to flip it out.
Yeah, I mean, you would definitely need the host, then you just rotate the open seats.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I think it'll work.
Okay.
Sometimes Sarah's not there, so.
But Angela is.
Right. So we'll switch it out. But I think it'll be, and then that way people who want to watch and have questions can put the questions in the sidebar and it'll be cool. And we'll record it. So.
Fun.
So how's your craft coming?
Haven't started yet.
Today is the mailing date.
I know.
Molly.
Okay.
Do you know what you're doing? Okay, and so the other thing about Craft Exchange is there's a theme each time. And I love this theme. You are not hot on this theme. Like, so I got
I don't feel ever restricted by the themes. I mean, I think the themes are, everyone approaches this differently anyways on many levels.
Yeah.
I am not a rule follower, so I don't tend to be handicapped by the theme because I can justify anything. I'll be like, oh,
handicapped. Handicapped. You're supposed to be inspired. Something's wrong here.
I'm what? Handicapped. No, I mean, like, some people are like, oh my gosh, I hate that theme. I don't hate any themes because you can make it whatever you want. It's not like you're not going to get kicked out of the group if you don't blatantly make this the theme. I could use it as a guide or not. I don't know. But so I don't mind the theme.
So
but I don't
this round's theme, and Bianca, who's watching us, she's been in it before. Yeah. So this round's theme is Steel Magnolias. So sometimes we do a book, sometimes we do just a holiday or whatever, or a movie or whatever. So this is Steel Magnolias.
A genre or something. Yeah. So I've never seen the movie, so I don't really know. But I had headed down yesterday. Since my trip got canceled, and good thing too, I created 2 of what I thought I was going to do, and I don't like it. So I'm completely switching gears. And after our lab today, I'm going to go buy all new products. And I was thrilled to know that someone had canceled, so I only have to make 4 now. And I can't remember if I've committed to side chain exchanges, but
you committed to me.
Okay, so now I need to write down Trista. And so I
have to if you don't want to.
I'm saddened that I can show you what I tried to make.
Yes. Let's see it.
Okay. I don't know
if see, Bianca wants to see it too. Let's see it.
I know, but here's the bad thing is that it's a fail. So I'm going out there publicly to say, hey, I failed.
The spirit of Craft Exchange is that we nerd out on how we made it. And so the failure is part of it.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta
wait. We can't see you. Move your camera.
No, I have to get it.
Move your camera.
No.
Move your camera.
No. No, I went to get it. I went to and got it. You already see how messy it is over there. So
we can't see it.
I haven't put it up yet.
No, I mean how messy it is over there. We can't see that.
Good. Sometimes when I do a craft project and I'm rushed, I don't do a very good job. And so then I use that opportunity to do the project again the next time, thinking might do it different, because oftentimes when you're doing these projects, you think, if I did it again, I would do it differently this time. So this time I was going to try to use the same technique of something I did maybe last time, maybe 2 times ago. I can't remember.
Was this out of class?
I was going to do stained glass, yeah.
Yay! Oh, wait, you said it failed. Oh.
No. And so I got these lights, and I was going to, so I removed this little thing, and I was going to attach something here so that when it's plugged in, it would light up. And so the idea was that I think magnolia is a flower. I don't know. So I was going to do a flower kind of on here. So it'd be, but then I thought flowers are ugly. So I didn't really want to do a flower. Like, I don't these flowers. So I was like, well, I'll just do something else. See, that's why I don't feel really trapped to a theme. So then I did these little houses. Wait, and they're supposed to be whimsical. And then the light lights up this little window. You can't tell it's white, but it's like lights up. So then it was going to be there. But they're so heavy that they don't. No.
Oh, it fell off?
I hadn't even tried to attach it because I made a couple of them and they just don't. So I might just put these on little things and make a little, like, I'm getting better at this, at the technique of the, it's not good, but I was getting better. So no, that's completely scrapped and I'm using completely different materials. I'm doing something completely different.
Holy cow. Well, would you please watch it on Netflix while you're putting it together?
No, it looks dumb.
It's not dumb.
It looks sappy and like
it's hilarious.
Crying might happen. So no.
It's like sassy women. It's all about like women's. It's all about friendships.
I know, but so doesn't someone die? See, no, I'm not watching it.
It's one of the best movies of all time. It's hilarious.
If you tell me the top 10 movies of all time, I guarantee I've never seen them.
Ugh. Bianca's with you.
Thank you. And I didn't see Titanic either. I refuse to watch people drowning. That's terrible.
Yeah, I won't watch Titanic again.
But
Bianca, have you seen it?
Huh?
I'm asking Bianca if she's seen it. And not the remake. The remake was really bad. It has to be the original.
There's one like with I read that top 10 things you need to know about the show, but no. So I had a bunch of different ideas and I'm not.
Okay, well, I'll confess, I am a little bit behind. Mine will not get mailed today, but I think that I will make sure they're there on time if I have to overnight them. But they're going to be heavy and way more expensive than I planned on doing. I have to go back to the store and buy like double of what I had. But that's fine. I think they're going to be nice once I'm done.
Well, I think what I'm planning, I think will be nice and it won't be very heavy. And I had a couple other ideas, but I think I'm okay with it. So I have a very busy day. I've got to go to Joann Fabrics, buy all the new supplies I need for this project, and then I get to go get a massage. Woo! What a day! Not working too hard today.
Struggle's real.
Work tonight. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have everything. I just need to put it together. There's a little bit of science involved with it, so it could go horribly wrong. I don't know.
Have you done one?
No.
Good.
Yeah. There's 2 large variables that involve some science.
We can't rely on science the day it's due.
And one of them I'm notoriously terrible at. So we'll see that too.
I didn't think you were bad at sewing, but you say that, so.
Oh, yeah. I'm at hand sewing. I'm terrible at hand sewing. I can do better.
Hand sewing is terrible. You should hand sew.
Yeah. Okay, so Craft Exchange will be live next Monday night at 7 Central, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Right? Did I get that right?
Sure.
Okay. Next Monday night. I haven't scheduled it on here yet, but I will right after the show. All right, so the last topic I have here is the what age topics. So we both have girls. Molly's girl is older than my girl, and we're starting to get into the whole sleepovers. And because we moved to a new area not too long ago, my husband and I had decided that we just were taking sleepovers completely off the table for a while.
I hate sleepovers.
Huh?
I hate sleepovers.
Well,
I mean, at other people's houses. I hate them.
Yeah,
even with the best of situations, and luckily Megan is, gets kind of homesick still at almost 12. So she doesn't ask very often, but the sleepovers are I should say the sleepovers are one thing. And then there's the slumber parties so you haven't hit too many of those yet, but that's the birthday.
Well, that's what's coming up is the slumber party. And so I've already laid the groundwork and said, look, you can have a sleep under. I'll pick you up at the point where you are ready to fall asleep.
I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair to the girl, because then you're the kid who's not allowed to stay over. You're the kid who's, not. And I think that probably puts a little geekiness onto her. I mean, I don't think her friends would. And besides, it's going to get fun. And then, so I don't think that's cool. But that's your rule. That's fine. You have to do that.
Bianca says hers is already asking to have sleepovers. Yeah, I don't feel like it's a good idea until it's
never a good idea for what you're afraid of. If you're afraid of putting it out there, just being in a situation that would be inappropriate or her taking advantage or being violated in some sense, there's no age that's okay. That's you're going to protect her from. If you think about it, like you think, well, I'll just wait till she's 12 and she's old enough to say no. But see,
well, no, I didn't finish. So she doesn't even have a cell phone at this point. So if she was in a compromising position and she needed to tell an adult she needed to leave, but that adult was the one who was, my kid's a rule follower. You tell her not to say anything, she's not going to say anything. I mean, anybody could say that to her. Mm-hmm. So I feel like until she has at least a cell phone where she could text me, Mommy, pick me up, I don't think I don't know. The one that she's been invited to is a family that we just adore, and I wouldn't think twice about. I mean, we had already said, like, if this situation comes up and she wants to stay at this house, we likely would say absolutely okay. But then you open the door. So how do you have the conversation with your kid? I mean, you're the mom. You get to pick whatever you want. And you just say, because I've decided that. But I just want to be prepared with the right words. I want to say okay, so yeah, this house is okay to be at, but this house, no.
It came up twice this weekend. I guess I will go through this conversation, assuming that these people wouldn't be listening, but at any point. But she was invited to a sleepover, and I'm not comfortable with her going to that house for a sleepover. And so, and that child is with us all the time, but I'm not comfortable with her going over there.
Right. So there's that reciprocity thing that's there too.
So I just keep making up reasons why she can't go, because she has soccer at this time, or she has soccer at that time, or she's at her dad's, or whatever it is. So and Megan's like, but Mom, I can do this, I can do that, I can go to soccer at this point. And I'm like, no, it's not gonna happen. So tonight we'll have a conversation, and I think she'll understand. She's at the age old enough where I can say, Megan, I just don't like some of the choices that family makes, and I don't like feeling that I'm putting you in a situation that you don't want to be in either. So I'm just gonna have to say no to sleepovers to that family at all. That child is welcome to stay at our house, but you're not going there. And that's really hard. And then the other same scenario came up where she wants wanted to go to the movies with some friends, and I'm hearing some really horrific things that are going on at the movie theaters with the 6th and 7th graders. And so I just flat out, I'm literally not letting her go to the movies anymore. She doesn't know this, but I don't think she would be in a situation where she wouldn't want to be in. But if it's going on around her, it's unacceptable. Mm-hmm. And so she's going to think I'm a crazy person here pretty soon, because I'm not going to let her. She does not know that she's not allowed to go to the movies anymore unless I'm with her. And I hate going to the movies.
Yeah. I mean, I want to be consistent, you know. I mean, this is my opportunity, because it's just now starting to come up. This is my opportunity to just lay the groundwork and be like, okay, look, here's our family rules on this.
I know, but family rules, you can't go to the movies.
Well,
you gotta be able to justify it, and I literally cannot justify it other than I'm hearing things.
Well, okay. But then what happens if you're hearing things? So is she not going to tell you things now?
That is true.
Saying that? So maybe those are trigger words you don't say.
It's true. And because then it also goes into, well, you don't trust me, Mom. I'm not doing that, because there was one time where I said, you know, these horrific things are happening in this text message, and you absolutely can. And she said, Mom,
we talked about that last week on Thursday.
Mom, I left this conversation this time, and I left this conversation this other time. They keep adding me back. It's okay. So then what can we do? And what can I arm her with to tell those girls I'm not comfortable with these conversations, without her making her look like she's not cool. So we talked about that a little bit too. And I just said, listen, you can just say your conversations are boring. I'm out, you know, something. You got to be able to give it out. That's why you're saying, like, when you want her to leave before everyone falls asleep, you got to give her some other reason why she can't stay. You got to get up early in the morning or something. Because then she can't just go and say, I'm just not allowed to stay overnight. You got to say, well, I can come, but I got to get up really early in the morning, so I can't stay over. So then at least it gives her an excuse.
Well, I don't know if I want to make an excuse. I mean, I feel like, we've sort of laid the groundwork. So I kind of feel like if I just further the conversation and say, look, you're just not doing sleepovers until you're 9, and then you'll have your own cell phone, and then I'll feel better about you being able to get a hold of me if you're in a compromising situation or you're not comfortable with staying. But until 9, you're not. And then at 9, Mommy and Daddy get to decide who you're going to be with and who you're not. And that's not going to be open for discussion.
Yeah.
You know, friends here is fine. You staying over somewhere else, not fine.
I will tell you, you haven't experienced this yet, but you'll be shocked when you realize the lack of concern from on the other side of the parents. Like, I've gone and picked up people and the kid out, I've never even met him. And I'm thinking, I'm getting out of the car, ready to go get out and meet them. And this girl's jumped in the car and gone. She's like, okay. I'm like, well, is your mom going to come out? Is your dad come out? I look at his number. They're not home. I'm with my older brother. Does everyone know you're going? Like, oh, I'm fine. Okay.
Yeah, no, thankfully my peer group, several of them happen to be a little more helicoptery like I am.
Yeah.
Not all of them, for sure. But, the ones that I think that she would be wanting to stay with are people that we've known for a really long time. But even then, there's still, we've told her at this age, you can stay with family, right? You can have a sleepover with family if you want. You want to stay with your cousins, no problem. No questions asked, go for it. But I think that I will just further the conversation and say, look, until you're 9, no. And then it gives me a year to figure out what I'm going to do.
I know. It's like, yeah. Well, Megan will be 12 next week. And I sort of sometimes, I feel probably more comfortable, I don't know why, with the slumber parties when there's other girls than if it's just one like she doesn't ask really anymore to stay over with, just like, well, I'm not sure. She has like 2 friends that she's allowed to do that. But is that weird? Like, I'm like, okay, if it's a group of kids, but I'm not okay if it's just like for a family I don't know, obviously.
Right.
So if it's family I know, but, so I've avoided it because she doesn't either like to stay over with people that she doesn't know that
I don't want to make mine that way.
I know, right? I don't know what that answer is, but I'm so offended by people saying, helicopter mom, and I'm thinking, screw you, I don't care. I know that seems terrible, but I'm like, you need to protect your kids as long as you can, and it doesn't mean that I'm going to their school and fighting their battles or going on the field. We can talk about a whole sports helicopter mom somehow else, but their kids are getting older faster. They're exposed to more sooner. I'll be a helicopter.
I'm not ashamed to be that way.
Mm-mm.
I don't want it to be the point where she's socially stunted.
Right.
At the same time, I'm going to be involved. Like, I'm not going to drop her off at a play date at somebody's house that I don't know. It's just not going to happen. Anyway, but you brought up when we were kind of chatting beforehand about topics today, and beyond just sleepovers, it's like, well, what age do you decide? So makeup, dating, boyfriends, all of that.
I know. So when Megan comes in kindergarten, it says something about someone. She said, "That's my friend." Who? I'm like, "Oh, who's that?" I'll have to make up a name.
Right.
Sammy. Oh, that's my friend. I'm like, good. You should have boyfriends. Friends that are boys.
Right.
That's great. You've got 100 brothers, and you need to be comfortable with hanging out with boys and girls. And then soon find out that she really was referring to him as a boyfriend in other circles. In kindergarten.
Okay.
And so at that point, you're like, but you're like, oh, that's cute. Or, that's all right. Even though before I had kids, I was like, oh, my daughter's never going to have a boyfriend until she's like 16 or something, But what happens is they're in these circles. They're calling them now boyfriends. And now even in first grade, second grade, oh, that's my boyfriend and that's my girlfriend. And they're like trailing towards these defined relationships, even though they don't really know what it means. And even though they don't know what they do, and they're certainly not going anywhere.
Yeah.
As such, I'm not even she's not allowed to go to the movies anymore, so I don't know where else she would go with a boyfriend.
Yeah.
But yuck. No, I don't like that. I don't like in 5th grade that she's referring to someone as her boyfriend. It's too young.
Well, so mine is 2nd grade, right? Earlier this year, she started talking about this game that they were playing, and it was called Oreo. They just made this up. And so you had to do like the opposite of what you would do. And so it was like this game where, not like Truth or Dare, but so what they would say is, she said that they would tell each other that they would go on a date. So you had to ask somebody that you didn't want to go on a date with if they would go on a date. And so I'm like piecing this together, through a number of conversations to try and kind of figure out what this Oreo game is. And so, I had a talk with her. I said, well, baby, that's could hurt somebody's feelings. I know you're just playing, but if they don't know that you're playing the game and you tell them that you would want to go out with them, regardless of the whole you're not going out with somebody thing. But if you tell somebody that you want to go out with them, they're going to think that you really like them, even if you don't. And their feelings could get hurt as if they find out that it was part of the opposite game.
Ugh.
And she was like, oh, okay. And so, thankfully, she's just young and innocent. She came home a couple days later and she said, well, we were playing the Oreo game again, and I told them that I couldn't do it because my mommy told me that somebody's feelings could get hurt if they thought that I was being serious and I wasn't.
Right.
And I was like, good.
Yeah.
That's good. You need to, we're not out to hurt somebody's feelings. And, you know, I explained to her, wouldn't you feel bad if you thought that somebody liked you because they asked you to go out, but then you found out that it was just part of a game for opposites? Wouldn't that just really hurt your feelings? And she was like, oh yeah. I said, okay, so we probably shouldn't play that game. And I haven't heard about the game since, but that doesn't mean that she hasn't been playing it, because like I said, if somebody tells her don't say anything, she doesn't say it.
So hard.
7.
So hard, because then you're going down the path of, you know, we want our daughters to feel empowered, that they can say no.
Yes.
They can say, no, I'm not going to be your girlfriend, or I'm not interested in being your girlfriend, or whatever. And we want them to be empowered to make those choices. And now we're saying also, don't hurt people's feelings, because that's what as women we do.
Yeah.
Don't hurt their feelings. Be nice, be kind, be whatever, do whatever you can to be nice to someone, because we don't want to be a bully. We don't want to be teasing. But yet the same thing, we're saying you need to be empowered enough to stand up for yourself. Those are really bad messages to send out.
It's hard. It's hard to teach a moral compass.
Who knew? Well, and that's a big conversation for women of all ages, to being able to, you know, don't hurt people's feelings, but yet stand up for what you believe in for yourself.
Yes. And I've been told over and over, she's the peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so when people are not getting along, she's the one who kind of tries to make it smoothed over for everybody. So.
Okay, so so we had a vote on, not really a vote, but Bianca's said that she said Violet could go when she's 8 to sleepovers. So 8 or 9 are the ages for the sleepovers. Boyfriends, what age do we feel like it was okay to start referencing? But then, like you said, if I say you can't have a boyfriend, she's just not going to tell me she has a boyfriend. And that was my concern as well. I wanted her to be able to, so I said, okay, fine. I'm okay if you have a friend or boy, but what do you do with a boyfriend? You're like, what?
Exactly.
I don't know. We just match up, I guess. So that's hard. And then, what age? Megan came down the other day with makeup on.
And so have you set the rules for that?
I did. I told her she came down with, she had mascara on, a little bit of lip gloss, and I think some face stuff. And so I was like, hey, listen, let's not do the face stuff. You don't need the face stuff. People die for your complexion. You're 9.
Yeah.
I said, so I'm okay with mascara, and I'm okay with lip gloss, and that's it. And that was 6th grade. Still seems really early for that.
Yes, 6th grade does seem very early for that. Now, unfortunately, I opened the door on the whole lip thing when she was little. So she will very routinely put on lip gloss, lipstick, whatever.
Yeah. I can't stand that.
She, sorry, I was trying to say hi. Did I mention that I took nighttime cold medicine this morning by accident? I'm having a hard time functioning with 2 thoughts in my head. Yeah, so, and we just never stopped. And part of it was because she, my mother-in-law passed, and she had just crazy gobs of lipstick. And so that was sort of her way of connecting and kind of keeping her Mimi with her. She always wanted to carry Mimi's lipstick in her purse, and so she put it on. We always thought it was cute. And then I just never stopped her. And so she'll just, every once in a while, she'll put it on. She always wants to wear mine that I have. And I'm like, whatever. I don't care. She's asked about face stuff, and I'm like, no, that's for dance only.
Yeah.
Now, And I will say that's kind of working for me because she does not like the whole makeup application for dance. I mean, that's like torturous for her. So she's not really so into that whole activity on a regular basis.
Yeah.
But she, and her eyelashes are so long, she hears from everybody, the woman at the Joann's counter and everybody she runs into, oh my goodness, I would kill to have eyelashes that long. So she's not really into the whole mascara thing yet.
Yeah.
But she feels like the dance makeup is quite arduous. So I'm hoping she thinks it's neat when she puts it on, but the whole process is just too much. So I'm hoping I've ruined her for makeup. But I mean, really, what age? So Megan's 12 next week?
Yeah, she'll be 12 next week. And when I think about 12, I'm like, oh, yeah, that 12, 13. And I think back, girls wearing makeup in 7th grade in my school. And I thought it was kind of weird then, but.
I don't remember when I started. I don't think there was, nothing's imprinted on my memory that like my parents said, no, you can't do this until this age.
Oh, it's completely imprinted in my mind.
Really? I may have just forgotten.
No, I was not permitted to wear any type of makeup. I was not permitted to wear nail polish. I was not
nail polish either?
No, I was not permitted to. And then when I think it was probably 13, Mom took me to, what was it? Where was it there?
I don't know. Bianca says her mom took her to the Body Shop on her 16th birthday.
16? Wow.
Yeah, they still have the Body Shop, don't they? I've seen.
What was that store in Athens, though? Come on, the department store, the nice department store.
Belk's?
Well, it was before Belk's.
Elder Bierman.
No, after. No, anyways. So she took me to the makeup counter and said, that's what it was. I knew it was an M. So Mornings. So, yeah. Yeah, 16. That is strict. And now Bianca is like a stylist, like stylist, right?
It's just Bianca's always looks flawless. Always.
Yes. Does. But yeah, no, I was not even allowed to wear nail polish till I was like in high school or something. Didn't matter. I didn't have
really.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Yeah, none of that is imprinted on me. I do remember that I wasn't allowed to have my ears pierced till I was 13.
Oh, I was definitely not allowed to have my ears pierced. Megan just had hers re-pierced. Because she had them done when she was 11, and then she took them out immediately because it freaked her out. It was like weird for her, so she took them out, and then we just re-pierced them the other day. But I was not allowed to have my ears pierced. And then once I did get my ears pierced, I think I was 14. Then my dad pierced them again for me 3 more times.
Oh yeah, you had the whole. You still have those holes?
And they're totally fine. I could put stuff in them. I don't wear them, but I haven't worn them in years. And then my dad bleached my hair. Remember, he did all that. He had the blonde. I had the blonde swish, and my dad even permed my hair.
Go dad.
So
that's nice.
I'm not a big fan of girls and earrings. I know that's sometimes a cultural thing. Sometimes it's just I am like I think it's. I'm not a fan. I won't say what I think it is, but so.
Well, we had. So a lot of my daughter's friends have pierced ears, and she came to us a year ago, May, because her best friend, who was turning 7 that day, was going to get her ears pierced, and she cupcake 1 and 2 too. And so we were like, well, no, you need to be older. So she said, how old? And we hadn't had the conversation, and we're like, older. But how old? We hadn't talked about it yet. So that was like 2 days before. And so she was sort of relentless, like, but I want to do this. And I kept saying, well, it hurts, right? I mean, it's painful. She's like, that's okay. I'm tough. No, you're not. But I'll give you that. If you think you're tough, that's fine. You know, is this going to be a teachable moment? What's going to happen here? So we didn't really have, you know, she said, so why do I have to be older? Because I was older? I mean, I don't know. I just was so unprepared. That's why I want to have this conversation about sleepovers, because I was just so, like, when she asked me where babies come from and kept asking me, and I thought that she would let it go, and she didn't. And she was sorry she asked by the end. But so we just didn't have a right answer. So Hammer and I were like, I guess you can. You know, I mean, we have rules. She can't wear big earrings. She can't wear anything dangly. You know, I mean, she really just wears the piercing studs almost all the time. But she had a lot of problems with it. So it ended up kind of being a teachable moment. And
what was the teachable moment?
She wanted to have it, and we were like, yeah, you really shouldn't do that right now. But
so what did she learn?
She learned that she should listen to us when we say you should wait.
So really, it was a teachable moment for you. It wasn't a teachable moment for her.
Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know. Well, and the other, well, but no, because we have to take them out for sports now. Some sports she can cover them up. Some she has to actually take them out. Mm-hmm. Thankfully, when she had them done, she didn't have to take them out right away. Well, she's had lots of problems with hers where they will just seal up during a basketball game. And I have to punch it back through. And so she forgot after a game one day, and she was asleep. And so I literally was trying to ice her ear while she was asleep because I couldn't get the earring back in, and I was going to have to re-pierce it with the thing. So she obviously woke up, and we had to push it back through. And so now she's not so keen on that.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be bad. Well, I know I have this judgy attitude about girls and piercings too early. Oh, interesting. I didn't know about those. But then I've relaxed on that. Like, I see it now as just sort of girls being girls. I don't know why, but like young.
I mean, I definitely, you know, because people asked me when she was little, are you going to get her ears pierced? And I always said, not until she decides that she's ready to do it. I'm not going to do that to her.
Yeah.
You know, if she wants to do it, then she's going to learn that that's her choice, and it's going to hurt. And I told her it's going to hurt. But if you want to do it, that's fine. And you've got to be responsible for taking care of them. Well, that's been a huge responsibility that she wasn't expecting, because she's had a lot of problems with them. But she said, no, I want to do it. Well, thankfully, the place that we went, they, instead of doing one ear, then the other ear, because I was like, she'll be out of here with one ear. I mean, there's no way that she would do the other ear after they did the first one. They had two people with two guns, and they did 1, 2, 3, boom.
Yeah, that's what they did with Megan the second time.
Yeah, I don't think you could do it any other way.
Yeah, it worked out well.
They're young, but because they're just not going to go through with it. But yeah, no, the babies, they get them done. Seems like child abuse to me.
I don't know what the point is. I really don't, to have them done that young.
Well, my sister-in-law said she wanted to do it then because it would be easier on her. So she did it before the baby could even like play with them.
Why? It doesn't make, it's not even like you can live without earrings, you know, like do it when she's, I don't know. I don't know why.
To me, that was more about her than it was her kid.
Sure. Like, and don't tell me that the baby didn't feel it.
Oh yeah, of course they did. You've been in there. I mean, I've had to leave the store when they have a little baby that they're piercing their ears. I'm like, I can't be a part of this. I can't watch it. I can't listen to it. We've walked out, gone to a store to.
Even the noise is so scary for that. It's just unnecessary. I think it's tacky, but well, there I said it. Well.
Yeah. So at what age are you going to let her date?
19.
Yeah, my husband says 30, but obviously that's not going to happen. You don't want them to sneak around behind you. So I'm
telling you, well, now she can't go to the movies. I don't know where she'd go. I don't know. Like, I It's a bad question asked me today. I've just been exposed to some things that are going on in the schools and in their classes right now, and so I'm a little.
But that's 6th grade, right?
Post-traumatic stress. Yeah, we have 6 kids, and so we've got a sophomore in high school, a junior, or
okay, let's be clear here. She's a blended family.
Yeah. I got my oldest child I got when she was 14. So, that wasn't part of the blended family, but so we had some different things with her. But then the last two, 6th grade and 7th grade.
Well, that's a good point. When you got your oldest, was she dating already? And she was what, 14 or 16? No, you knew her for years before that.
I did. I was her big sister in the Big Brother Big Sister program when she was 4.5, and so I was with her. But she came with other experiences, so I can't really say. I didn't start to raise her when she was 14. She had.
Yeah, but when she was in your house, what rules did you have?
She was allowed. Luckily, she was kind of a homebody. Luckily, when she had a boyfriend, they spent a lot of time at our house, and then she could spend time at his house. But she definitely had a boyfriend when she was 14 and 15, and it was not what I would have wanted.
So you had a trial run.
I did. I had a test drive, and there's things I would do different.
Okay, so what are they?
I wouldn't let her out of the house. No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say I would do things differently with Sarah. There was things I would do differently with Sarah, but probably not in that regard. She made, I think, good choices with people that she hung out with generally, but she was a typical teenager. I don't know the answer. With Megan, I'm just scared to flippin' death of her going out. And
well, she's stunning, too.
She's what?
Stunning. She's beautiful.
Well, and
not that makes a difference, but
no, I don't think that makes a difference, but she's very shy in interpersonal relationships, but I've noticed she's not very shy online. And I'm very nervous about the boundaries that we've set for these girls or any kid who are far more comfortable with putting themselves out there in a Musical.ly or in a text message or in a picture because there's no immediate reaction from the other person. So they're far more comfortable putting themselves out there online than she is in person. And so I'm scared of that for her because she's shy, but it doesn't appear that she's shy if you look at her Instagram or because she's all about herself in Instagram. Well,
that's a good, we've hit the topic of being a good citizen before, and how do you teach kids how to use it appropriately? Like last week we talked about some of those websites that you found that help kids when they're trying to navigate their way online on what's good etiquette and how to identify a creeper. That was my favorite. idthecreeper.com. idthecreep.com. But that's true. It's so easy for them online to be a completely different person.
Yeah. I've noticed that of adults I know as well.
Of course.
I have someone in my life who I've known for 100 years, and he's far more communicative over text than he is in person. It makes me crazy, but it gives him an easier way to communicate, I guess, good or bad.
Oh yeah, some personalities, certainly are, they're more shy, I guess, and it's not as it's easier to send somebody a text message than have a conversation.
Just not always good.
No, not always.
No, because it can be misinterpreted, and you tend not to be worried about their feelings as much when you can just put it out there without worry.
Okay, so there's a point. Facebook's minimum age is what, 13? I think Instagram is too.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So is that age appropriate? What age is okay to let them have their social media accounts? Both of us have girls who have social media accounts, and they're not 13.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking the rules.
13 probably is the right age. Now I look at it and think, well, that probably was the right answer. Thank you, Facebook, for letting me be a crappy mom. They had it at 10.
Mine's 7, almost 8.
I don't know.
Of course, she doesn't even know how to log into her Instagram account without me.
Yeah. So. Well, that's the thing is that my daughter has 5 Instagram accounts now.
What?
She says she can't remember the password. And so I have a feeling.
Are you buying that?
No, not entirely, no. But I've yet to find anything in her Instagram that I'm too worried about. But all right, it's 11:07. I have a craft exchange to get to, but I think these are conversations we keep having because I don't have the answers and I want to hear what other people have to say.
Me too.
I want to have feedback. I want to hear from lots of moms, outside these circles and know kind of how, what resources they're finding to kind of help us keep up on these things.
For sure. Me too. So we're going to wrap up this episode of Mommy Upgrade Live, and we'll be back on Thursday morning, same time, which is 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern, right, for you? Mm-hmm. 7 a.m. Pacific. And we would love for y'all to, we've got somebody calling in. I'm so sorry. We're wrapping up right now. Come back and join us on Thursday, where we'll continue the conversation and have some new topics. Follow me on Twitter at mommyupgrade.com. Follow Molly at iMollyM. And
see you on Thursday.
Yeah. See ya. Thanks for joining.